Imagine running into a problem with a piece of software you're using. You call customer service and hear an almost human-sounding voice generated by AI, fed the same data as a typical rep, but with the perfect answer for anyone who's angry, upset, or frustrated. That's the future of call centers. Massive cost cuts for companies at the expense of families' livelihoods. I want to look at it objectively and see what's really coming. Right now, AI has helped me both personally and professionally, but I worry we're heading into a revolution that could wreck the next generation's future if we don't handle this breakthrough technology carefully. Before I dive into my ideas, I want to call out one of the most common arguments defending the AI revolution, one that's almost never argued correctly. The AI revolution will create more jobs. You've heard it a million times, right? Sure, in the past eras like the Industrial Revolution, that held true. However, this time it might not. To see why, let's imagine the future. Picture robots with human-like intelligence doing every job people do today. Humans wouldn't need to work just to survive. We chase what really matters, building new things or pursuing truth and discoveries. In that future, we are not working. So there must have been a moment before that utopia when technology wiped out jobs faster than any new ones could replace them. Yes, some roles will shift from office work to more hands-on or creative gigs, but there simply won't be enough jobs for everyone displaced once AI is good enough to take over. Eventually, humans won't need to work in the traditional sense, and we'll rely on something like universal basic income because there just aren't enough jobs to go around. That's why the AI will create more jobs argument falls apart. At some point, when AI and robotics are as good as human capability, people won't be needed for jobs, apart from maybe a few overseers. I don't think the current AI revolution will do this completely, but I believe in the future a robotics revolution as groundbreaking as this one will finish what the AI revolution started. Now, let me get into what the future might look like, at least in the next 10 to 15 years, but maybe even earlier. Firstly, let me break down what I'll be covering. I'll be covering 4 key sections with regards to what the future of AI looks like. Firstly, I'll talk about automation and workforce transformation. This will mostly cover how AI can automate routine tasks and how the workforce might transform from a human overseeing a human to a human overseeing an AI team. Then I'll go into innovation and discovery, where I believe AI will help with the discovery of new materials or cures and the creation of new ideas for businesses. Next, I will cover emerging AI services, which are new jobs or complete replacement of original jobs done by AI. This covers things such as the replacement of traditional language translators, and an increase in low-cost AI therapists. Lastly, I want to talk about what may happen with the world's economies and how society might be impacted by this AI revolution. At the end of the video, I want to quickly touch on what I think might be a good idea to limit the impact of AI on societies, especially in education. Now, I feel like these are fairly safe bets when it comes to predicting the future of the world, given the technological advancements of AI. First up, routine jobs like customer service are almost guaranteed to get completely replaced. If a job's training is just based on a document, it's super easy to replicate with today's tech. For example, a business could set up a chatbot right now by taking a user's question, feeding it into an LLM, trained on the company's docs, and letting the LLM respond. You can even do this for voice calls. Use speech to text to get the user's query, have the LLM generate a reply, and then text to speech to deliver it. It's way cheaper than hiring full-time staff and can instantly scale to handle a flood of calls. Next, look at software engineering today. Every tutorial, every piece of documentation, you can find it all online. An AI can devour that information infinitely faster than a human can. In fact, agentic AIs already exist that can build full-stack applications just from their text prompt. Sure, they still have issues, but this is just a start. If I told you 3 years ago that an AI could make a website, you'd have laughed. Now, we are instead debating the quality of its work. That's goalpost shifting, an adjustment meant to cope. Give AI a few more years, and I believe it will match at least an intern-level software engineer. Eventually, you'll have a manager whose entire job is to prompt those AIs and review their output, while the AI workforce actually builds the product. Then there's the full self-driving history. Elon Musk said Tesla would nail it by 2014 to 2017. Obviously, that did not happen, but the progress now is huge. I'm convinced full self-driving will first work with tons of sensors, not just cameras like Tesla. It will take longer, but it's coming. Finally, search engines as we know them are about to flip. More people are asking ChatGPT their questions before even going to Google. Google is freaking out. If they don't innovate fast, their trillion-dollar empire could crash. Now, this section is really interesting. First off, scientific breakthroughs are about to skyrocket because AI can store and process human-level knowledge. With a bit of tweaking, it could even help propose new theories for humans to test. This would turbocharge discovery and maybe find cures we never thought were possible. Next, I really think AI-generated code will get so good that we won't need as many software engineers. It will let passionate founders bootstrap businesses faster and cheaper than ever. Sure, it might not match a veteran coder at first, but it will get good enough to build a minimum viable product, earn some money, and then hire a pro to refine the code. I also believe AI-generated videos and images will be huge, and copyright headaches will skyrocket. Morally, it freaks me out. Artists' work getting scraped without permission, but I can't deny the upside. Anyone can create professional visuals without a big budget. Soon, AI tools will be able to produce intern-level quality videos and images, and editing tools could be replaced entirely, making everything faster and more efficient. Lastly, I think the metaverse is going to take off. Maybe not solely because of AI, but AI definitely will speed up its development. As the middle class shrinks and people have less money for real-world experiences, they'll turn to cheaper, digital alternatives. If we don't solve those economic issues first, I think a shift into virtual worlds is pretty much inevitable. Next, let me talk about some new services that would definitely be useful to everyone. AI therapists are about to become way more common. Right now, some people use AI for companionship and basic therapy. I know it sounds weird, talking to a machine instead of a real person, but if someone can't afford a human therapist, AI could be a solid alternative. I'm also pumped about affordable AI personal assistants. Before, only big shot executives had these, but soon anyone will be able to get one at a low cost. That's going to be a game changer. On the education front, AI tutors will level up learning. Imagine being able to ask questions 24/7. Teachers just can't offer that with limited classroom time. Having an AI coach on hand will make studying so much more effective. Plus, getting legal or medical advice, even simple stuff, will be way easier. Obviously, you shouldn't rely on AI instead of a qualified professional, but it can help you figure out when you actually need to see a lawyer or a doctor. Finally, traditional translators, both human ones and Google Translate, will be replaced by LLMs. They're more accurate, better at capturing meaning, and way cheaper than hiring a human translator. Now, how will we handle these changes? As I said at the start, AI is going to displace a massive number of jobs, and honestly, we don't really know what new roles will fill that gap. Because of this upheaval, Universal Basic Income, UBI, will probably become a necessary safety net. How countries will pay for that, I have no clue, but it has to happen so people can survive. And I'm not the only one saying this. Sam Altman, the face of modern AI, is even backing a project called WorldCoin that's basically a UBI experiment. On top of that, I think we'll see a huge boom in entrepreneurship. But here's the catch. Failure rates will spike. Right now, only about 18% of new businesses succeed. As more people jump into self-employment, that success rate might drop even lower. Advertisers will be scrambling to buy ad space in the most popular LLMs because that's where they will get the best return on investment. Those AI platforms will be raking in huge profits from this. Another wild point, AI needs tons of energy to run. Right now, it's not clear where all that power will come from. The best bet is nuclear, but until we scale that up, there could be a short period where AI innovation hits a drought, just because we don't have enough juice. Unless companies figure out how to make AI more efficient, progress could stall. Finally, government agencies and healthcare will be the last to go all in on this tech. While corporate jobs will vanish, a lot of people will scramble to snag the safe roles that remain in the public sector or medical field. Ultimately, AI can be a force for good, but only if the smartest minds team up to build real safety nets and regulations. One thing I'm really passionate about is controlling how kids use AI. If students rely on AI for homework, they miss out on learning basic problem-solving skills. That can actually make them dumber over time and hold them back. I'm not saying we should ban AI entirely for kids, but we need rules about what AIs they can use and what kinds of questions they're allowed to ask. If a kid cruises through high school using ChatGPT for every answer, they're not going to understand the basics they need to succeed later on. I also think we need to switch to oral exams. Cheating on written tests is way too easy these days. By having students explain concepts out loud, we can actually see who understands the material and who's just memorized answers. The future of AI isn't written in code alone. It's shaped by how we choose to integrate technology with humanity. Maybe before we create the next big thing, we should consider how it can impact the world we live in. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. Do you believe AI will innovate or replace? Let me know in the comments below.